ask you something. How often do you catch yourself telling someone about a problem you're facing? Maybe it's a rough patch at work, a strained relationship, or a dream that feels just out of reach. Now think about this. What do you expect when you share it? Advice, sympathy, validation. Here's the hard truth. Most people aren't equipped to solve your problems, and some don't even care. That's not because they're bad people. It's because they have their own challenges to face. But here's the exciting part. You don't need them to solve your problems. In fact, your greatest growth, your most profound breakthroughs come not when you tell people your problems, but when you own them, face them, and rise above them. Today, I'm here to challenge the way you approach life's struggles. I'm here to show you that the less you tell people your problems, the stronger, more resourceful, and more unstoppable you become. Let's dive in. Taking ownership of your power is a principle that transforms lives. It is the realization that no one else is responsible for your success, happiness, or progress except you. Often we look outward for solutions, waiting for someone to rescue us from our circumstances or validate our struggles. But the moment you place your challenges in someone else's hands, you lose control of your destiny. Owning your power means understanding that while life will throw obstacles your way, your response determines your trajectory. Let's be clear, this doesn't mean life is fair or that the playing field is level. Many people start at a disadvantage financially, emotionally, or socially, but the truth is everyone faces challenges. So the difference lies in how we respond. When you take ownership, you stop blaming external factors, your upbringing, the economy, or other people, and start asking, what can I do about this? How can I turn this around? That mindset shift is where your power begins. When you refuse to take ownership of your power, you become a victim of circumstance. Victimhood feels comfortable because it removes responsibility. It allows you to say, this isn't my fault. And while that might be true, it also keeps you stuck. The problem is staying in that mindset robs you of the ability to grow. Blaming others or external forces might feel justified, but it won't solve the problem. Ownership, on the other hand, is empowering. It shifts the focus from what you can't control to what you can. Taking ownership starts with accountability. This means looking at your situation honestly and asking yourself what role you play in it. Even in situations where you are not at fault, there's always an opportunity to choose how you respond. If you've been mistreated, you can decide to set boundaries. If you face failure, you can decide to learn from it and try again. If life has thrown unexpected challenges your way, you can choose resilience over despair. Ownership is about taking responsibility for your reactions, decisions, and the actions you take moving forward. A big part of owning your power is silencing the inner critic that thrives on excuses. We all have that voice that whispers doubts and reasons why things can't change. It says, this is too hard, or what if I fail? That voice feeds off fear and complacency. Taking ownership means challenging that voice. It means telling yourself, I may not have all the answers, but I have the ability to figure them out. So it's the belief that no matter how big the problem, you have the capacity to grow bigger. Another critical aspect of taking ownership is refusing to let your identity be defined by your problems. Too often, people become so entangled in their struggles that they let those struggles dictate their self-worth. They think, I'm broke, I'm stuck, or I'm not good enough. But your problems are not who you are. They're just situations you're going through. When you take ownership, you separate yourself from the problem and take on the role of the problem solver. You become the person who says, this is my challenge and I will overcome it. Owning your power also means embracing discomfort. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It happens when you push yourself to face hard truths, make tough decisions, and take bold action. When you take ownership, you stop waiting for perfect conditions and start working with what you have. You don't wait for the fear to disappear before you act despite the fear. You don't wait for motivation you created by showing up and doing the work. This willingness to step into discomfort is what separates those who succeed from those who remain stuck. One of the most liberating aspects of taking ownership is realizing how much control you actually have. You can't control other people, the weather, or the past, but you can control your mindset, your effort, and your decisions. This realization is powerful because it puts the focus back on you. It reminds you that you are not helpless, no matter how challenging your circumstances may seem. Of course, taking ownership doesn't mean you have to do everything alone. Seeking help, learning from others, and building a support system are all part of the process. But there's a difference between seeking support and handing over responsibility. When you take ownership, you remain at the helm, using the tools and guidance of others to navigate your path, not relying on them to steer for you. Ultimately, taking ownership of your power is about reclaiming control over your life. It's about standing tall in the face of adversity and saying, this is my life and I will shape it. It's not about being perfect or never failing. It's about taking responsibility for the effort, learning from setbacks, and never giving up. When you take ownership, you discover strength you didn't know you had. You stop waiting for change and start creating it. And that, more than anything else, is what it means to own your power. People respond to action, not complaints, because action demonstrates strength, resilience, and the ability to take control of life's challenges. Complaining, on the other hand, often repels people because it focuses on problems without offering solutions. While it's natural to vent or express frustration at times, consistently voicing complaints without taking meaningful steps to address the issues can create a cycle of negativity that pushes people away. Action, however, speaks a universal language. It shows determination, leadership, and the willingness to improve a situation. It inspires others and commands respect in a way that words alone cannot. When you complain, you're essentially drawing attention to what's wrong. It may feel good in the moment to release your frustrations, but what are you achieving? Complaints are passive. They identify the problem, but rarely lead to progress. They also place the focus on external factors, what someone else did, how unfair a situation is, or why circumstances are out of your control. While it's important to acknowledge challenges, dwelling on them without taking action suggests you're powerless to change them. People naturally gravitate away from this mindset because it doesn't align with the qualities they admire, such as strength, determination, and positivity. In contrast, action is powerful because it shifts the narrative. When you act, you're telling the world, I am in control. You're no longer waiting for someone to fix things for you or for the perfect conditions to arise. You're taking responsibility and moving forward, even when the odds are stacked against you. This kind of behavior is magnetic. People respect those who take initiative because it reflects courage and self-reliance. It shows that you're not just aware of the problem, you're committed to finding a solution. One of the most remarkable things about action is that it creates momentum. When you act, even in small ways, you begin to build a sense of progress. This momentum not only helps you move closer to your goals, but also attracts the attention of others. People notice when you're working hard, making changes, and striving for something better. They're more likely to support you, cheer for you, or even join you in your efforts. Action inspires collaboration and fosters connection because it's rooted in productivity and purpose. Complaints, on the other hand, often isolate you as they don't offer a clear path forward. Another reason people respond to action is that it communicates confidence. When you take action, you're saying, I believe in my ability to make a difference. This confidence is contagious. It encourages others to trust you, follow your lead, or emulate your behavior. Complaints, by comparison, can project insecurity or helplessness. While it's perfectly human to feel uncertain at times, consistently expressing your doubts without taking steps to overcome them can erode people's confidence in you. They may start to view you as someone who is stuck or unwilling to put in the effort to change. So it's important to note that action doesn't have to be grand or dramatic to be effective. Sometimes the smallest steps speak the loudest. Imagine someone facing financial difficulties. They could complain endlessly about their debt, or they could take a single, decisive step like creating a budget, picking up extra work, or seeking financial advice. That small action not only sets them on a path toward improvement, but also signals to others that they're serious about making a change. People respect effort, even if the results aren't immediate. The willingness to try is often enough to earn admiration and support. Furthermore, action communicates hope. Complaints often dwell on what's wrong or why something won't work, which can create an atmosphere of despair. Action, however, is inherently optimistic. It's rooted in the belief that change is possible and that effort will lead to improvement. This optimism is inspiring. It motivates others to believe in possibilities, both for you and for themselves. People want to be around those who see potential and take steps to realize it, not those who only focus on obstacles. Taking action also builds credibility. When you act, you're showing that you're serious about your goals and willing to work for them. This credibility fosters trust and respect. People are more likely to invest their time, energy, and resources in someone who is actively pursuing solutions rather than someone who is stuck in a cycle of complaints. Complaining, on the other hand, can make you seem unreliable or uncommitted, as it suggests that you're more focused on expressing dissatisfaction than achieving results. Lastly, action has the power to transform your own mindset. When you take steps toward solving a problem, you begin to feel more empowered and capable. This shift in attitude is palpable to others. People are drawn to those who exude self-belief and a sense of purpose. Complaining, in contrast, reinforces a mindset of victimhood, which can be draining for both you and those around you. In the end, people respond to action because it reflects strength, positivity, and the drive to improve. Action inspires, connects, and builds momentum, while complaints often drain energy and stall progress. By choosing to act, you not only move closer to your goals, but also attract the support and admiration of others. The world doesn't need more complaints, it needs leaders, problem solvers, and doers. Be the person who acts and watch how the people around you begin to respond. Turning problems into growth opportunities is one of the most transformative mindsets you can adopt. Life is filled with challenges, and no one is immune to setbacks. However, the way you choose to view and respond to these obstacles can either hold you back or propel you forward. Problems are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. They provide lessons, reveal hidden strengths, and force you to grow in ways you never would have otherwise. While it's easy to see problems as burdens, reframing them as opportunities for growth unlocks your potential and transforms your approach to life. Every problem you face carries within it a lesson. It might be a lesson about patience, perseverance, or the importance of preparation. Often the problems that seem most frustrating in the moment turn out to be the ones that teach us the most valuable lessons. For example, failing at a project or losing an opportunity might teach you to better manage your time, sharpen your skills, or refine your strategy. Without that problem, you may never have developed those abilities. When you encounter a challenge, ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? How can I use this experience to become better? This shift in perspective allows you to move from feeling defeated to feeling empowered. Problems also have a way of revealing strengths you didn't know you had. When life forces you to deal with difficulties, you often discover reserves of courage, creativity, or resilience that were lying dormant. A person facing financial difficulties might discover an entrepreneurial streak they never tapped into before. Someone dealing with a difficult relationship might learn to set boundaries or communicate more effectively. Problems test you, but they also refine you. They strip away what no longer serves you and push you to uncover what you're truly capable of. You may not recognize it in the moment, but every problem you overcome leaves you stronger and better equipped for the next challenge. One of the most significant benefits of turning problems into growth opportunities is that it cultivates resilience. Resilience isn't something you're born with, it's something you build through experience. Each time you face a problem and choose to grow from it, you're strengthening your ability to handle future difficulties. Resilience is what allows you to keep going when the path gets tough. It's what turns failures into stepping stones and setbacks into comebacks. By viewing problems as opportunities to build resilience, you develop a mindset that can weather any storm. Moreover, problems can be a source of innovation and creativity. When you're forced to solve a problem, you often have to think in ways you never have before. So you have to come up with new solutions, try different approaches, and think outside the box. Some of the greatest innovations in history were born out of problems. Businesses pivot during crises and create new models. Individuals facing limitations find alternative ways to achieve their goals. Instead of seeing problems as barriers, view them as prompts to innovate. Ask yourself, what's a creative way I can address this? How can I turn this challenge into an advantage? You might be surprised by the solutions you uncover. Another powerful aspect of turning problems into growth opportunities is the impact it has on your confidence. When you face a problem and successfully work through it, you prove to yourself that you are capable. Each problem you overcome becomes evidence of your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. This builds self-trust and a sense of empowerment. Instead of fearing challenges, you begin to welcome them as chances to prove your strength. Over time, this confidence compounds, allowing you to tackle bigger goals and take bolder risks. It's also important to recognize that problems often lead to personal transformation. When you embrace challenges and learn from them, you grow not just in skill or ability, but as a person. You become more compassionate, understanding, and wise. Problems have a way of expanding your perspective and deepening your empathy. For instance, someone who has faced hardship might be more likely to help others going through similar struggles. The growth that comes from problems isn't just about overcoming the immediate difficulty, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. Turning problems into growth opportunities requires a mindset shift. It's about choosing to focus on solutions instead of dwelling on the issue. It's about asking empowering questions like, how can I use this to grow? What's the next step I can take to move forward? So instead of getting stuck in frustration or self-pity, you channel your energy into progress. This doesn't mean ignoring your emotions or pretending everything is fine. It's about feeling what you need to feel and then choosing to move forward with purpose. When you approach problems as opportunities, you also inspire those around you. People take notice of how you handle adversity. When they see you face challenges with determination and a growth mindset, it encourages them to do the same. Your ability to turn problems into opportunities doesn't just transform your life, it has a ripple effect on others. It shows them what's possible and encourages them to rise to their own challenges. Ultimately, every problem has the potential to become a catalyst for growth. It's not the challenge itself that determines your future, it's how you choose to respond. You can let problems defeat you, or you can let them shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient. By viewing problems as growth opportunities, you transform them from obstacles into stepping stones, and you pave the way for a life of continual improvement and success. In life, challenges are inevitable, but how you respond to them defines who you are and what you achieve. When you take ownership of your power, you reclaim control over your circumstances, showing the world and yourself that you are the architect of your life, not a victim of it. By focusing on action instead of complaints, you send a powerful message that you are here to lead, inspire, and create solutions, not to dwell in setbacks. And when you turn problems into opportunities for growth, you transform every obstacle into a stepping stone toward the person you're meant to become. The truth is, life will always test you. It will push you, challenge you, and at times bring you to your knees. But each test is also a chance to rise, to learn, and to grow. When you choose ownership, action, and growth, you unlock the strength and potential that's already within you. You stop waiting for the world to change and become the force that changes your world. So the next time you face a problem, don't tell the world about it, show the world what you can do with it. Be the person who doesn't just endure but transforms. Be the person who turns challenges into triumphs and inspires others to do the same. The power is yours, own it, act on it, and let every problem you face shape you into a stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable version of yourself. Thank you.